Welcome back to Coach's Corner here at USC again. I'm your host, Morgan Lifchez, and joining us today is Coach Cox from the women's volleyball team. Coach, you've wrapped up the season. Tell me about this last tournament.
It's the best tournament to go to.
Yeah.
Getting a shot to go to the national tournament this year and, being the 3 seed going in was a great honor for this group to get an at-large bid. It's the first time a USC Aiken team has gotten an at-large bid, a volleyball team, to go into that tournament. We didn't have the outcome that we wanted this year, but there are a lot of nerves in going to the national tournament for the first time that, I think our kids had to contend with. And, getting there and putting ourselves in a position to get there was the real goal for the season, and we did that. We knocked off the team that made the finals this year. That was the #1 team at that point in time, and it was a great year. It really was. I think we had some lapses just in our mental focus towards the end, but it is tough. Mm-hmm. I think this team went from being the underdog to now being the team that's expected to be there, and it's a different mindset going in. When everybody's out for you.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to be, but it takes some adjustment mentally for the girls to get to where they need to. But we're still a pretty young team. We only graduated 2 players, 2 great players, which are going to be hard to replace. But either way, we've signed too early. We're excited about this next season, and I can't complain. It's the best season that I've had here at USC Aiken. So.
Oh, good. Well, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
And next season, everyone's going to be expecting you to be there, so that's good.
Absolutely.
Some high goals and expectations. But let's recap again on this past season. What has impressed you the most about your players?
Just the consistency that we were able to find this year that we have not had in years past. Even last season, we still were nowhere near put ourselves in a position to be able to be where we were this year. This year, we took care of business early, knocked off a lot of the cross-conference region matches that we needed to win, and put ourselves in a position to be, a #3 seed. I knew those first 2 weeks of the season were huge, and our girls really came in and worked hard and just did a super job putting themselves in position to be where we are. We still had our, had a little roller coaster ride at times and went up and down, but it was, it was nice to see the girls, be able to be just more consistent from day in, day out, come out. Practices were better overall, and that, it just puts us in a position. It's a learning curve. You have to learn to play at that level and play at that level consistency. It's tough. It's not easy. If it was easy, we'd call it football.
Oh, really? Is that what we would call it?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, do you mean football, like European football or American football?
Either.
Okay. Good to know. So I wanted to ask you about Sheila Walsh. She just was honored with the award of the Student Athlete of the Month, and for the month of November. How do you feel about that? What does this mean for your program?
Super. Sheila's, I hate to see her graduate. Watching her develop as a player and as a person has been super. It's been fun to see. Just a super kid, great setter, really became a team leader. You would have never thought the leadership role that she took on this year. When you met her senior year of high school and freshman year, it was like, I don't know, maybe she will be that leader, maybe she won't. But she really took on that role last spring and ran with it and did a super job. Just a great kid, great athlete. Hate to see her leave.
Yeah. And who's your other senior who's graduating?
Hannah.
Hannah. And tell me a little bit about her and how she's grown over time.
Oh, the same thing. Her and Sheila are just connected at the hip. They basically kind of have gone down that same path. They both have had to come in and work for everything that they've gotten. They've both battled crazy injuries. They both have come in and just really, put their heart into it. And, I can't thank them enough for what they've put into this program. And it's hard to see them leave because, you get kids like that are here to lead and be role models for your team. And, you get them exactly where you want them to be playing and doing a super job. And then they got to graduate.
Yeah,
so
we all have to do that.
But 2 super kids who just have been great for this program, and I hope I can continue to find some more just like them. So
Well, what are your expectations for next season? Who do you think is going to step up and take their place?
That's a good question. I really don't know leadership-wise who is going to take on that role. It's hard to say. You never can really tell. Sometimes the leaders emerge from the quiet ones that don't really say much, and sometimes people have leadership roles and they have different roles. Sometimes you have your quiet leaders, and sometimes you have your players that lead with actions. Sometimes you have your vocal leaders, and it's I don't know. This spring we'll kind of sort that out, hopefully. We've got a lot of kids that have got the ability to be good leaders. And we've got some that are even real young on the team that have got the ability to be leaders. It doesn't always have to be a senior. Oftentimes seniors are thrust into that role because they're like, oh no, our captain's just graduated. It's time for us to be captains. But that's not necessarily the case. Leadership kind of comes from within, and the team chemistry, and we just kind of roll with it and see how it goes. So.
Okay. Well, your team is a very strong team, and you've proved that in this last season, and we look forward to see what's going to happen next season.
Super.
So thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure getting to talk to you, especially over the course of this season. It was nice.
Sounds good. We've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, this is Coach's Corner at USC Aiken. For the latest update on your Pacer athletes, be sure to tune in every week. We'll see you next time.